So people ask, what was it like for Gen X kids when they got sick in the 70s? Since, like, your folks were never around, you raised yourself. You had the latchkey, which you did on a shoestring. What was it like when you got sick? Well, allow me to tell you what it was like in the 70s when a Gen X kid got sick. Well, because both my parents worked and were on shifts at different times, I remember it was like 78 and I got like the Russian flu. Look that up. That's really interesting, the Russian flu. But I got the Russian flu. Sick as a dog. What was I, like 8, 7, 8? And so they left me home and went to work, and I would just lie on the couch, and we had by me was like Neil Citron, baby aspirin, maybe some other junk. Those lozenge with mentholyptus. And so every 4 hours or so, I would go and I'd make myself like a children's Neil Citron, maybe take a couple of baby aspirin, whatever, sit on the box and kind of pass out. Probably took too much on the couch. Watch like Match Game and that little man going up the mountain on The Price is Right, the yodeler. And some kid in your class would bring you your homework, and if you're bored enough, you'd do it. and, and you would just lie there all day, and it would maybe for 4 days, 5 days, maybe for the week, and then go back to school. And that was what it was like being sick. You looked after yourself, just like everything else, man. You'd make your own meals, and you took your own medicine. And if you had like a prescription or something, Master Jeffrey Luscombe on the label, you would have to take that yourself too. Like like you could read a clock. Like, I didn't need my mother to tell me when to take it at 7, 8 years old. So that's what it was like being sick when you're Gen X. Not saying that's the right thing to do. It isn't, but that's the way it was. When we got sick, and we all got sick, and if there was people I didn't know them, whose like mother would bring them chicken soup and shit like that. Yeah, no, not in my neighborhood. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a writer. Wrote a book to refrain from embracing about being a Gen X kid in 1977, all fiction. and and a bit. Maybe I'll put something up later. I'll do a little reading about what it was like in the neighborhood. And always, as I said, always there was kids always walking around with those like dark yellowy brown circles under their eyes because they were punched in the nose, and we were punched in the nose all the time. Gen X. So that's what it was like being sick as a Gen X kid. Any questions?